At this point, the Cybertruck kind of needs no introduction. I'm sure you've seen the flagship review videos, you've seen this thing tear it up on drag strips, you've seen the torture tests, but what I really want to know is, what's it like to actually just live with the Cybertruck and drive it as a daily car? So in this video, I want to share my experience 1 month later of what it's like to just live with a Cybertruck, especially since now it's available in more countries and a massive price drop is coming. Let me tell you what it's like to live with the Cybertruck, things that I like, things I don't like, and also why, if you haven't typically considered this thing, I think you definitely should. I think honestly most people are wrong about the Cybertruck, and if you're looking at a Model X or even a Model Y, you should really consider the Cybertruck, and let me just tell you why. And also give a huge thanks to LastFit for sponsoring this video. All right, first things first, a little bit of context before we jump back outside to the truck itself, because the entire Cybertruck delivery, configuration, order process, it's all rapidly changed over the last couple of weeks, and with a massive price change coming, like a massive 20% discount, there are a couple of things here we got to discuss just to give a little bit of context here to the whole Cybertruck situation. So as of filming, Tesla is currently only making and selling Foundation Series Cybertrucks. These are basically the first edition, first run Cybertrucks. Tesla's only making a limited number of these, and basically these are the first Cybertrucks off the line that are packed to the gills with all the bells and whistles. So they have special Foundation Series laser etched branding. They come with some high-end accessories. You get a Tesla shop voucher. It's got the power share capability. It also has the ability to have lifetime full self-driving and premium connectivity. Basically, I'll show you on screen everything you get with the Foundation Series sort of, I don't know, extra with your truck. But also with the Foundation Series comes a couple of caveats, the big one being that it's a $20,000 price premium. So for all those goodies, you're paying $20,000 extra to get the truck, which means the dual motor $80,000 Cybertruck is $100,000, and the Cyber Beast, that's typically $100,000, is $120,000. Basically, that means that if you want to have a Cybertruck right now, like get it ASAP, you can jump on the website and order it if you're in the United States, but you've got to go through the Foundation Series to get your truck. Same goes for Mexico and Canada as well. Orders are now open. You can jump on and configure your reservation, but keep in mind you are paying that price premium. But what Elon and Tesla have confirmed is that near the end of this year or early next year, Tesla is going to end the Foundation Series, which means that the price is going to come down $20,000, but you're also missing out on some of those bells and whistles. And probably the bigger thing you need to know is that when Foundation ends, it's likely that Tesla's going to go back to a reservation system where they're going to do limited batches of order open-ups, and if that's even a word, to let people configure their Cybertruck and take delivery. So like right now, it's sort of a free-for-all. Anyone can jump on the website and configure an order. That's likely going to go away when the Foundation Series ends because there's going to be way more demand for Cybertruck once it gets a $20,000 discount, which again, should be happening in the next couple of weeks. And with the Cybertruck about to get this massive discount, I thought now was a really good time to sort of make this video and put things into perspective, because I don't think you have to inherently be a truck person in order to drive and enjoy the Cybertruck. In fact, there are a lot of reasons why I think that really everyone should consider it, because it checks a lot of boxes in ways you wouldn't expect, including once you sort of get behind the wheel of this thing. When you watch these videos on YouTube and you see pictures, it basically looks like this stainless steel, refrigerator with wheels barreling down the road, and it just looks like it would be uncomfortable and cumbersome to drive. And I can tell you now, after a month or two behind the wheel, what are we at, like a month and a half, whatever it is, driving Cybertruck is anything but that. In fact, this has got to be one of the most comfortable vehicles. Most comfortable? Yeah, I said that right. One of the most comfortable vehicles I've ever driven for 2 or 3 big reasons you need to know about. Reason number 1 is something I can show you right here. It's a little thing called steer-by-wire, which means this truck can turn and has a turning radius and can maneuver way better than anything this size ever should. With just a little bit of effort of my hand on the wheel, a little bit of pressure, the truck is able to dynamically change the way it turns and maneuvers which is tough for me to explain because I'm not an engineer, and I know that there are much better explanations of the steer-by-wire system that exists on YouTube, so maybe I'll link one down below. But basically what this means for driving is that this truck is really easy to drive. It handles really well. I can take turns like this just with a little bit of pressure on the wheel, and the truck is always dynamically adjusting the turning radius and the amount of pressure needed to make a turn based off of the speed I'm going and different sensors around the vehicle. Basically, it just means like this thing handles way more like a Model X or a Model Y or like an SUV than it does like a 7,000-pound truck. And I think that's one of the big things I want to sort of talk about in this video. You know, despite how you think about the looks or the features and stuff like that, the handling for me is what's most impressive, because I was always someone who wanted the versatility that a truck had to offer. I really wanted the storage space and the cargo space, but I didn't want to drive a truck. I didn't want to deal with any of that. But that's just not really an issue here on Cybertruck. I just absolutely love how much is new here with Cybertruck. And I also love that Cybertruck is an all new sort of arena for accessories. This is an all new vehicle from Tesla. There's so many amazing ways to customize this. But if you're looking to buy a Cybertruck or you just bought one, you want to make sure you protect your investment, especially with that Foundation Series price premium, which means you've got to get some all-weather floor liners that are durable, that were custom designed for the Cybertruck and are going to keep your interior safe. And my favorite right now, my go-tos, the one in this Cybertruck, are made by Lastfit. These are some amazing all-weather floor liners for the Cybertruck that were custom designed for the Cybertruck. They fit incredibly well. And if that name sounds familiar, that's because Lastfit makes a number of all-weather liners for the entire Tesla lineup. I've demoed them before in the Model 3, the Model Y. They've got amazing solutions for every single Tesla. And they are bringing the thunder here with Cybertruck with some amazing all-weather liners. Of course, what I love here is both the design and the durability. So they've got this really cool sort of textured design and material here that's really cool, looks just great with the aesthetic of the Cybertruck. But also these are made of super high quality and durable TPE material. So they're durable, they're gonna withstand the scrapes and scruffs of your shoes and dirt and sand and whatever else you've got gunking up your Cybertruck interior, especially if you're looking to sort of use this truck for regular truck things and take this outdoors. You want to make sure that investment is secured, and with these Lastfit liners, they're going to be. And also, despite the material being super tough and durable, it's also super easy to clean as well. So you can sort of put a little water on there, rinse them off, and your interior will look brand new and good to go. These Lastfit liners just do an amazing job covering the front and back of the Cybertruck interior. Again, custom made for the Cybertruck, going to fit absolutely perfectly, super easy to clean, durable, and just a great way to protect your brand new Cybertruck. I'm a huge fan of Lastfit. They make some amazing floor liners for Teslas, including Cybertruck. They are always doing so many innovative things and really doing some awesome work and bringing some amazing solutions to the market. If you want to learn more, check them out for yourself today and pick up some amazing Lastfit liners for your Tesla, including your Cybertruck. Hit the link right down below to learn more and check out Lastfit and their amazing liners for yourself right now. So if you can bear with my pasty white legs here for just a moment, I can show you sort of what it's like to park the Cybertruck. Again, utilizing that steer-by-wire lets me make turns that this truck has no business being able to pull off. So easy to turn this thing, it's insane. So let's say I wanted to park one of these spots right here. Again, if I go into reverse, let's say I wanted to make, I can make, you know, that spot right there easily, you know, go a little wide here. And then again, thanks to the steer-by-wire, just impeccable turning here. And I might have overshot that just a little bit, but I might be okay. Thankfully, I've got no other cars around me, so I can just do that. And I think I'm like right on the line, but I'm probably okay. Let's get out and see. Oh, I mean, I don't know if that would be officially good, but again, just absolutely insane the level of nimbleness this thing has. And for a truck this large, being able to use this thing is just really awesome. The second big advantage, and one of the reasons that I think Cybertruck should be sort of on the radar of more people, is that it's also really easy to drive. I talked about, obviously the size being a factor, but, feeling like it's an SUV, but also it has all the best qualities and perks of a Tesla and really an EV. So I've got a little bit of that instant acceleration and that instant torque. I've got pep at my step, so to speak, just by pressing my foot on the accelerator. It feels very agile because, of course, it's not a regular gas truck, it's an EV. So it just feels like it really more glides down the road than it does sort of barrel down the road. And I think when you have some of the creature comforts of, EVs and Teslas and stuff like that, just having that familiarity, that one pedal driving, all of those benefits, it does make a big difference and just makes this truck way easier to drive. Other thing I just have really noticed and appreciated here is just that it's also a really comfortable cabin. I think these are the most comfortable seats that I've had in any Tesla. I know they look really rugged and maybe uncomfortable, but they are actually, in fact, really, really comfortable. And another thing I've really appreciated about Cybertruck after being able to drive it for the past month or so is just the sheer amount of storage. That is something that I really appreciated on here, and one that you'll appreciate as well. Because again, if you're looking at a Model Y or a Model X, you're looking to haul things, really, this is like the perfect Tesla to do all of your hauling. Whether that's hauling people or hauling objects, this thing has got you covered. While Cybertruck doesn't have the biggest frunk on the market, it does have a powered frunk, which is a unique option for a Tesla because no other Teslas currently have a powered frunk. So that is nice to see here. And you can usually fit groceries up here okay, backpacks, bags. In fact, actually, let me get a backpack. I know that there are people who have done carry-on suitcases and stuff like that. But just to show you here, let me grab my backpack. I've got a backpack here, for example. Throw it here. And obviously, again, you've got that powered functionality, so it's gonna work just like that. Front storage is nice to have, and again, thanks to this thing having a powered frunk, it is infinitely more useful than it would be otherwise, though I do wish there was some way to open it from the outside. You can open it from the screen on the inside. You could use the companion app on your phone or even like a watch app, but I wish there was some sort of button or way to easily open it, even if it was like a sensor or something. That'd sort of be nice. One of the little missing things here that would be nice to see on maybe a revision 2. And then of course, not meaning to state the obvious, but because this is a truck, you've got a bunch of space for storage back here. Of course, you've got a powered lift gate that goes down, doesn't go powered up, but that's okay. But you do have a fully powered tonneau cover that's going to cover the contents of your truck bed when you're driving and also when you're parked to keep them secure. And I think this can support like 300 pounds of weight on top of it, super reliable, and can be controlled from the app on your phone or with the physical buttons right here. You've got sort of a large cavernous interior. You've got some sort of storage space and cubbies here, but really in the back is where you're going to notice some really nice storage space. So obviously you've got your room back here for back passengers, which is nice, but these seats actually do fold up. If you pull these little tabs here, it's sort of hard to do with one hand, but I can do it here. You can sort of fold these seats in different orientations, which is nice if you want to do a lot of hauling. So maybe it's just you and a spouse in the front and you've got all this space back here. You can actually fold these seats up. That one folds up as well. So you've got a lot of storage capacity here and here. That's been nice. I haven't had a lot of opportunity to haul things back here, but my father-in-law did shoot a video of him hauling just a bunch of different plants and stuff around his property, filling up the truck bed. And yeah, obviously because it's a truck, this is gonna be no problem. One of the other things that's been super interesting to sort of see on Cybertruck has been the whole accessory space, because Cybertruck is a whole new beast, pun intended there, when it comes to Tesla accessories, because while you do have the staples like screen protectors and carbon fiber wraps and stuff like that, there's also a whole lot of new opportunities here for EV accessory makers to do new things, because Cybertruck gives you so many new things with the truck bed and stuff like that. One of the sort of collections I've had is from, I believe it's Best EV Mod. They make a bunch of really cool Cybertruck accessories, which my father-in-law has outfitted here on the Cybertruck. Let me show you a couple that he has installed and how he really likes them. Of course, I'll link all this stuff down below, but he's got some mud flaps installed, I believe, on the front and the back from EV Mod. He also has this really nice sort of tailgate protector here that sort of goes over to sort of keep this area protected, which has been super nice. And then, of course, moving on the inside here, lots of goodies here as well. I've got sort of this underneath, sort of by the seat, ground level storage container here with two really large, sort of extra large cup holders for larger drinks or Stanleys or just, additional drink tumblers, as well as some extra storage space down there. That's super nice. Also, around the screen, my father-in-law really likes sort of what he's got around here. So this is sort of an above screen storage compartment that just goes, sort of slides right on. This little under storage screen, little storage piece as well. He's got a little anti-slip mat for the wireless charger. So the wireless charger by default is just sort of that regular sort of cloth material. This is going to keep your phone from slipping and sliding around. So he's got that there. And then I think he also has a sort of center console storage piece as well there. And I don't know what else I'm missing. Other odds and ends, I know he has some carbon fiber wraps here on the wheel. He's got a carbon fiber wrap here by the cup holder. And then he's got on the outside some carbon fiber wraps. And then these little nifty door handles here, little grab points, so you're able to grab onto this part of the door and not get your fingerprints all over the different parts of the stainless steel. And of course, these are on all the doors. These are just like a little 3D printed attachments that you can use to open and close the door if you don't want to do what I just did and get your grubby little hands on that stainless steel. And then he also has a couple of truck bed liners back here as well. This liner here, these are just the regular Cybertruck floor mats. I got the last fit ones in there now. But these are just, he's got a liner in here. I'll leave that link to down below as well if you want to check it out from Best EV Mod. All right, we've covered driving, we've covered some accessories and stuff like that. We've covered, obviously, you've got storage space here. Another thing that I really liked over the last month or so that I've noticed about Cybertruck is access to some special, more creature comforted accessories and sort of features. Now, yes, Cybertruck is very rugged and there's this whole cyber theme and aesthetic that some people might not like. But with that, you also get the added benefit of some nice features that you don't get on other Teslas. I showed you the powered frunk, which I really like, but I also like having access to a front bumper camera and also full-size AC outlets as well in different parts of the truck. Now, because I mentioned the Model Y and the Model X, I feel like I have to talk about the backseat experience because the backseat experience in a Model X is going to be more comfortable, also maybe the Model Y as well, but the Cybertruck, as rugged as it seems, actually has a really nice backseat experience as well. I think that you could easily fit 2 adults back here comfortably. You could even do 3, though I think it'd be a little bit tight for longer trips. I think 3 kids back here is going to be just fine. You've got really comfortable seats. These are heated seats, not ventilated, but they are heated. And then really, a couple of nice things that I appreciate as a back passenger. One is that the ceiling isn't super high, but because it's glass, it does feel more airy. And as someone who is, let me flip the camera around here, about 6 feet tall, I've got plenty of headroom here, which is nice, so that has not been a problem. And also, of course, what you get access to here as I flip the camera around is this rear display, which is not going to turn on because the door is not open. Let me do that. So you've got access here to your media controls, climate control, all that stuff back here as well. This is sort of now standard on Teslas, but I should say that it is here on Cybertruck as well. So if you do have back passengers, even if you've got kids and you're using this as a family hauler, they can have all the regular Tesla amenities and games and stuff right back here as well. And when they're not back here, you can move these seats up and haul things back here if you need to just use it more like a work truck. The other thing we've got to talk about is the doors. Now, Tesla is known for doing quirky doors, so that's not a huge deal. And I'm not even against the whole door design. I think it's fine. But what is bad is the combination of no door handles and stainless steel, because as you can see, you're going to get fingerprints like crazy at all these touch points. So anywhere that someone is going to grab the door here, you're just going to get fingerprints. It's sort of inevitable. Now, you could go with a wrap option like this up here that'll hide the fingerprints up here, and I'm sure eventually there will be something, I guess a clear PPF or something might fix that as well. Or what you can do is what my father-in-law opted to do was to get these little 3D printed, I guess they're handles. They're sort of in the shape of the Cybertruck silhouette, but basically they're little grab handles that allow you to open and close the door without having to put your hand on this part. Now, I think what Tesla recommends, or what they would assume, is that you would sort of grab up here on the trim piece and open it like this, and also close it like that. But I think having access to something like this is going to be nice, because otherwise you're just touching the stainless steel and it just sort of starts to get gross after a while. So that's something I've noticed, and I guess just sort of par with the course with owning this truck. But a lot of fingerprints around the doors because the way you open and close the doors is just sort of weird. So something to keep in mind there as well. Something else that isn't really a bad thing, but has sort of been an adjustment for me, is the digital rear view mirror. Now, there is a physical rear view mirror here you can use, but because of the tonneau cover being closed, that's going to block access to the rear view mirror, because the rear view mirror is actually being sort of, I guess, mirroring what's coming out of the rear view window right back here. So when this is closed, which it should be closed for better aerodynamics as you drive the car and to maximize your range, you have to rely on a digital rear view camera on the display. What that means when you're driving is that you're not going to have access to your regular old rear view mirror, but you're going to have to rely, you don't have any other option, on this digital rear view mirror on the screen right here. Now, when I'm driving like on this backcountry road like this, not a big deal. I've got my side mirrors, I've got my cameras, not a big deal. But in the general instances when you're going to be probably more regularly using that rear view mirror, it can be a little disconcerting. I think that's for a couple of reasons. One is that because Tesla still has the physical mirror here, you're going to instinctively always look up at that rear view mirror. Even, a month or two later, I'm still constantly looking at that thing. Even though I know nothing's there when the tonneau cover is closed, I still look there just because that's how I've been driving for years and years. Now, granted, maybe a little bit more muscle memory will sort of get you off of that. And also, I could open the tonneau cover up and have access to that, but that's not what Tesla recommends. So you really sort of have to retrain yourself to look at the screen. And I guess it's sort of like the whole speedometer thing. When you go to the Cybertruck or the Model 3 or Model Y, you've got to retrain yourself to not look here, but look at the screen. So maybe it takes a little bit more time. Something else that's been a little annoying here with Cybertruck is that a lot of these current deliveries do not have access to the wheel covers, the things that look like this and what Tesla shows on their website. Basically, they had an issue with these shortly after the initial run of these went out to customers for delivery. So as of right now, if you get a Cybertruck, and many you see on the road, have this, just sort of the bare wheel, which a lot of people are complaining is sort of rusting on the inside already. Now, Tesla has emailed owners to confirm that they are working on getting wheel caps out to people, but as you can see here, even just after a month, starting to get a little nasty on the inside of the truck wheel here. Again, the wheel covers should obviously cover that all up, and there are some third-party aftermarket wheel covers you can get in the meantime, but kind of annoying to spend this much money on a truck and not get access to the wheel covers. So if you're wondering why the wheel covers aren't there, it's because they're not ready yet or whatever, and yeah, that's how the wheels look for now. And then in terms of like the general Cybertruck interior, I feel like this is one of those things that you're either going to love or you're going to hate. You really have to like sort of the more minimal but rugged cyber-inspired interior. It's like very like sharp lines of the outside extend on the inside here. You've got a cyber-inspired UI with all these different sort of more squared off boxy elements that Tesla doesn't have on their other vehicles. And then just sort of the silhouette of the Cybertruck is unescapable. It continues on the inside as well. And I really do like it. Personal preference, of course, but I love sort of the little touches of all the sort of cyber-inspired elements of the vehicle, including the fact that there are no Tesla logos on the vehicle, but just a little Cybertruck silhouette on the Squircle. I do like the Squircle, by the way. Love the mechanical buttons. It's super easy to operate. Of course, I talked about steer-by-wire, so that is all good there. But yeah, you've just got a very sort of minimal interior, which Tesla is known for, though for a truck at its current price of $100,000, for some it might be a little minimal than you're expecting, so keep that in mind. Of course, you've got the RGB ambient lighting that wraps all the way around to the back as well. Very comfortable seats, a massive 18.5-inch display, and then like I mentioned again, just very cavernous. So if you can fill it up with good accessories like last fit floor liners, a little bit of a tongue twister, and other accessories like that from Best EV Mod, you're really able to better utilize the space. But without it, it's a bit cavernous and a bit bare bones. So keep that in mind. But 1 month later, I like the interior, though it might take some getting used to depending on the car that you're coming from. And also, again, you know, very, very big dashboard piece here as well. Then you've got your just gigantic windshield wiper, which does work fairly well, especially after Tesla issued that brief recall and fixed the motor. So no more issues to effortlessly clean your giant windshield. Something else that has become an increasingly bigger problem here on Cybertruck that Tesla really needs to address is the wireless charging situation, because while the wireless charger is on the surface what you'd assume to be better than what's on Model 3, Model Y, Model S, or Model X, it kind of has a couple of fatal flaws. Now, if you haven't seen it, this is the wireless charger right here. Your phone is able to easily just go in there and start charging. There it goes. Just like that, drops in, can accommodate most phone sizes. I think my father-in-law has a little cover on here as well. But this is what the phone charger looks like. The problem is that the phone gets really hot while it's sitting in the wireless charger, and that could be for one reason, two reasons, or a combination of the both. It could be because the wireless charger is just cranking out too much power and the phone gets too hot, and that's something Tesla needs to dial down. But the other problem that I think is more apparent is that it's sort of a bad example of this because it's a cloudy day, but when it's a very warm day outside and the sun is shining in on the model, every other model, your wireless charger is down here, so the screen kind of hides it and shades it. Here it's like right in the direction of the sun, so I feel like the phone is getting blasted by wireless charging, which is inefficient and going to heat up the phone as it normally would. But also with the sun beating down on this, the phone just gets too hot and overheats, and the phone comes off this thing really, really warm. So I think Tesla needs to definitely dial back the power setting on this, or they need to figure out some way to keep the phone cooler. But that has been an issue I've noticed since day one. That continues to be an issue on Cybertrucks, is the wireless charger phone just gets too hot and there's no way to shut it off in terms of anything on the software side as well. Something else I also should address, and this is sort of subject to change pretty soon, is that even with Foundation Series, you're paying for full self-driving and all that stuff. It's not actually here yet. In fact, the Cybertruck, as of filming this video, does not have full self-driving. It doesn't have basic autopilot. It doesn't even have the basic ability to have any sort of chime for parking sensors so you know that you're getting too close to something. That is just not here. Now, in Tesla's defense, they have said that full self-driving is coming basically at any day now. So by the time this video goes up, full self-driving could be here, or it could be coming very soon. But as of filming, and for the past few months since Cybertruck was released back at the end of 2023, no basic autopilot, no full self-driving, no parking sensor. That's just not here. Especially with a vehicle this big, the parking sensor thing's a little annoying. So something to keep in mind with Cybertruck as well. And look, I get it. I know the Cybertruck isn't for everyone. I know that some people absolutely hate the way this thing looks, but I just want to give you my thoughts here and say that 1 month in, this is my thoughts, or these are my thoughts. These are things I like, these are the things I don't like. I really like this car, and I'm just genuinely impressed with what Tesla has done here. And if I could easily get rid of my X and switch over to a Cybertruck, something I personally definitely would do, because I think what the Model X is offering me, the Cybertruck does, and then some. And I think it's really cool, and I'm really happy that I've gotten the opportunity to drive it, and it has been a ton of fun. So I'm curious, what are your thoughts on Cybertruck? If you own a Cybertruck, what do you like? What do you dislike? If you have sort of been on the fence about Cybertruck, what's keeping you on the fence? Is it something with the design? Is it the features? Is it the price? Is this imminent price cut going to change your mind? Drop a comment down below and let me know. And if you made it to the very end of the video, I've got a secret you need to know, and that is that you can actually win a Tesla of your choice, or $50,000 cash. Yes, you can even win a brand new Cybertruck. This is all made possible by Chicago Chesed and their 10th annual Tesla raffle happening right now. And if you haven't heard of it before, Chesed Chicago is dedicated to helping families in crisis. It's a nonprofit. They're funding 80+ programs and trying to help families get back on their feet by offering goods, services like food, furniture, job placement, and so much more. So if you want the chance to win a Model S, X3, Y Cybertruck, or $50,000 cash, link is down below, and you can get $25 off 2 tickets or $500 off 15 tickets by using my special promo code Robert. Hurry up though, tickets are limited. Only 9,999 tickets will be sold, so get your tickets today. Do not wait. Again, link is down below, and use that special promo code Robert. And also, if you want a chance to win a free Amazon gift card, all you've got to do is, of course, 3 simple things. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment down below. And if you made it to the very end of the video, comment down below Let's see what we could do here. Work somewhere in your comment the word blue. I've got a blue watch band on here, so work that into your comments somewhere, and I'll pick a couple people and do an Amazon gift card giveaway. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I appreciate you all. I am Robert Rosenfeld, and I'll see you all in the next one.